Hello, welcome to piss music piss, the first episode. This is your two most favorite people of the channel, Dallas / Outsider / Mac to Salad, and then this is
and the horrible Dave.
And the Dave, yes. All right. So what are we? We are Music Piss. We talk about we take a piss on music, basically.
Yep.
How what's your story about music? Piss?
I started pissing about 21 and a half years ago when I was just a baby. And my music skills did not show up until I turned 21 and a half. For reference, my half birthday is coming up in the next month. So I still don't have any music skills.
Oh, good. Cool. That's cool. About me, I've been pissing for 22 and a half years. I got into my first instrument that I focused on was bass clarinet. And then a year after, I decided to focus more on guitar. And then I've been doing that for, 7 years maybe. And then I learned to pick up some drums. And then the bass. And then, I learned music theory through a piano. And then I learned a little bit of ukulele after that. So, yeah. I guess you can call me a one-man band. So here's our topics for so what's the first note? Music about pee. You know any music that talks about peeing?
There's probably a trap remix of the "Time to Take a Piss" meme. I'm not sure if that exists or not, but there has to be. That's the only thing I can possibly think of.
Who's time to take a piss? Who's that by?
You know the meme where Mario's taking a piss off of a cliff?
No.
You've never seen that meme? It's a fairly old meme. It's horrible.
Sounds so out of context, but go on.
Yeah, so then this Goomba walks up to him and starts asking what the heck he's doing and trying to get him to kill him.
Was this like a YouTube poop, or was this actual Mario canon?
It's some stupid thing some stupid guy made some stupid time ago.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Songs I know about pee. One's called "Golden Shower" by Lindemann. It's about golden showers. So that's a song about piss. "Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash. It's I believe that he's secretly talking about STDs, where it's where it burns where it burns when he pees. Could be also known as the
That
Ring
was
of Fire.
about diarrhea.
I thought I was about his trip to Taco Bell.
Yeah. But STDs works too.
I haven't heard this one, but there's another one called "Suit P" by System of a Down. I don't know. I just looked up songs about pee, and that's the only other one I recognized. But yeah, those are songs I know about peeing. Also, the S is a German character, very fitting for, which is actually very fitting for the "Golden Shower" song by Lindemann, because he's a German musician, originally known for the big group called Rammstein. Lindemann was his side project, and the first album where he spoke in English, and one of those songs included it was called "Golden Shower." But yeah, do you know any? Maybe there's not songs that talk about pee, but do you know any songs that sound like pee? Also known as sounding like piss, I'd say. Taking a piss, you know?
Yeah, I'd say pretty much anything Adam Levine sounds like absolute piss.
Mm.
like his singing voice, I've been quoted as calling it vexatious.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to use that kind of wording, then it's got to be bad.
I find him very like an outcast, maybe, for being the replacement of Freddie Mercury in Queen, because he's doing like the current tours, being the lead singer in Queen. Like the only thing I know they have in common is that they're both gay, which is not a bad thing. I don't see his
He's
singing. Gay? Yeah, Adam. Or you mean Adam Levine or Freddie Mercury?
Adam Levine. I knew Freddie Mercury was gay this whole time.
Yeah, Adam Levine is gay. But I do not see his music or his voice any similar to Freddie Mercury's, which is why I find him being an odd choice in being the lead singer of Queen.
Yeah, like you get that silk voice that Freddie Mercury had, and then you get that annoying nasally voice of Adam Levine. I can't imagine that sounds good. I haven't listened to any of the newer Queen, so
I've listened to like
he's only speculating.
Yeah, I listened to like snippets of it, and it's just not even close. You know, it's like a whole different band. They might as well just call it Adam Levine with Brian May and the rest of Queen.
Yeah, that doesn't. I can't imagine that being any good.
Like, there's so many like musicians that could totally. Like, I know that no one can be Freddie Mercury, but there definitely is someone who's close or similar to Freddie Mercury's voice. You know, Adam Levine was just a weird choice. Like, they don't sound similar at all. They don't even look the same.
At least Freddie Mercury was hot.
That's true.
Can make a straight guy like me go, dang.
Let's see here.
But then again, he's dead, so I'm not gonna go dang about that guy.
Yeah. What I think music that sounds like piss. I was gonna say Nickelback, but it turns out that someone else somehow have to made themselves worse than Nickelback, and that band I think is Five Finger Death Punch. They literally sound like the new edition of. They sound like the newer version of Nickelback, or at least for it's definitely like redneck rock music, you know, like in that like Nickelback era.
Yeah, he does kind of sound like the lead singer of Nickelback, who had just hit puberty like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then they also had like a music video back in 2020 where Five Finger Death Punch was talking. As in the music video, they're like saying that like mask equals communism and all that stuff. Basically, they have like an anti-mask statement in the music video, and it's just like a whole new low for them. Honestly, I didn't watch it because I don't want them to have views from me, you know.
You also don't want the government knocking on your door at 2 a.m, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Because like, they don't care if big bands. They don't care if you like or hate it. They just laugh at the fact that you they caught your attention and want and are taking your views for profit. And that's just not what I'm doing. I'm thinking ahead. I've got my 200 IQ brain working ahead, and then I'm using.
It doesn't matter if they hate you if they all say your name.
They hate us because they hate us. Oh man. Oh, I know a game. I wanted to. I don't know if I want to play it right now, or if I should save that for the next episode. It's kind of I think I should save it for the next episode because it's like I'll be more prepared for it. But basically, it'd be like P or it basically be saying like facts, and you have to guess whether it's a fact about peeing or a fact about music or something like that. You know, something in those terms. I think that would be fun to do next
sounds
time.
like depending on the band. Sounds like depending on the band, that could be very difficult.
I think that'd be funny to try at one point.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Also, I'm drinking like a huge gallon of water because this is my only source of water for today. Until I can.
Isn't that a liter bottle?
It's 1.5 liters.
That's not size.
I'm not gonna drink it all because that's just insane. I'm just gonna.
And then you got to take a piss.
Yeah, and then I'll write a song about it. Oh man. Also today, as we're filming, it's June 21st, also known as the longest day of the year.
Yep.
Which is a sad fact that after today, days will be shorter.
Yeah, it's also a sad fact that my uncle died 3 years ago today.
Oh, geez.
So,
yeah.
So longest day coupled with that, today really sucks.
Oh, that would make the day feel even longer, I bet.
Yeah. So.
Can I have anything happen today on June 21st for me? Nothing really. I've had more stuff happen around like Canada Day than today, which is on July 1st. Just as like a few days before 4th of July.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some great Canada days.
Everyone cares about America.
Yeah. But apparently we're having like cancellation of Canada Day because we have like a lot of issues with our indigenous I butchered that word. Indigenous culture. Like we recently found 157 bodies of children underneath a residential school in Kamloops, BC. And I was just like, just discovered. And we were like, the government's like, oopsie, you know. It's like, ooh. But it was really sad. Oh, that's what today is. Today's Indigenous Day. That's what today is.
Really?
I completely like forgot about that. But yeah, happy Indigenous Day from I don't know if it's just Canada or if it's like international. But yeah.
I've never heard of it before.
It's probably a Canada thing.
Yeah, probably.
In the history of Canada, they love and also hate the Aboriginals, which is pretty cringe, if you ask me.
Sounds pretty cringe.
Yeah.
Also kind of sounds like some of the stuff we did here a long time ago in the States.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, like the whole Trail of Tears stuff.
Yeah.
That was probably fun.
I personally think America has a lot of issues, including that. But Canada's biggest issue is definitely that, you know. And with, what was it? The pipes, for what they were called. But basically the pipes to like for oil to travel and stuff.
The pipeline?
Pipelines, yes. They've been going through like reserves, like drinking water reserves. So like some small
delicious.
Yeah, so like some reserves have like don't have much water, like clean water, or sometimes they'll even have like an oil spill that will like completely destroy their water and have it like very deadly water, and then it's just like oopsie.
Serve me up a glass of that.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of issues with the indigenous world in Canada that not many people know about. But yeah, and the residential thing was a shocking thing because like residential schools were like basically like Auschwitz for indigenous people. They were like taken away from their parents, and then they're like it's like a school, but they also live there, so it's kind of like a prison almost. And they're like kids, and the worst part of it, they found like bodies under the residential schools. So it's like, what the hell were they even doing in there? You know, it's kind of scary. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I feel bad for like any survivors who had to go through that. It's really.
And what about like the whole haunted house thing? Like, it's a big trope about how this mansion or something was built on an old ancient burial site,
oh yeah,
and suddenly it's all haunted.
oh yeah, it's
like-
it's gotta be haunted. There's no way it's not.
Yeah, that's
I remember
terrifying.
there's a place in Vancouver, more closer to like Coquitlam, where it's like it was like a abandoned was it like a mental hospital or something? But that's basically a lot of films go there. You'll recognize it mostly at the end of Deadpool 2. I once took a bus to work and I saw the setup for Deadpool 2. I was like, I didn't know what movie it was for. I was so curious. I thought it was gonna be like a TV show because there was like the bus that was like flipped upside down and everything. I was like, it was obviously like for a movie setup because there was like all the lights and cranes and everything. Until I went to watch Deadpool 2, I was like, oh, that's the place. But yeah.
You see the bus you were on?
Yeah. No. They're very good with like, you know, continuity and all that stuff. So it's a Marvel film, you know. They're so professional with that sometimes. I didn't see Ryan Reynolds though. I wish I did. Sad.
Man.
Also,
Most
Ryan
people
Reynolds.
wish they could see Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. When I used to live in Vancouver, that like there would be so many celebrities that could be in there, and I just don't know of. Like at the time before I moved out, John Cena was in the city. He was making a film. He was doing like a superhero film, I think.
Yeah, I bet he'd be the hardest to see though.
Oh, he's been hardest for me. I'm a big John Cena fan. I've been to so many wrestling shows, and I've been unfortunate to not see him in all of them. Pun intended. One time, was it like 2015? I went down to Washington State for a live taping of Monday Night Raw. At the time, John Cena was in like literally every week of the show, so I was like, I had a good chance of seeing him. But the week before he was in the match, and then he got kneed in the face and like broke his nose, so he missed out the week after, which happened to be the one I came down to see. So literally like. And then, like, literally next week, he comes back. So, like, what are the odds? You know?
For nothing, knee guy.
Yeah, right? They made a promo about it, about him breaking his nose, you know, just to, like, taunt them, you know, just to taunt the fans for the reason that they could not see John Cena that day. Oh, I was so angry. Because like at the time he was in the show like every week, and then the one time he wasn't was the one I went to. It was bullshit. So anyway, we're going off topic with piss and music.
Yeah, that's part of the piss, right?
Um, well, there's like other than music, there's so much music related stuff like music in video games, music in movies. What's your what's your piss take on music in any video game or music? Or video.
Define piss take.
What's your take? What's your you're gonna take a piss on something. What's something you're gonna take a piss on? Something that someone's gonna, the knives around your face meme from Tangled.
Well, I don't sing.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
to.
like with video games, something I could take a piss on is like, ironically enough, Sonic the Hedgehog music. It's not very iconic, if you ask me. Especially compared to like, especially in comparison to like Mario music. Like, you could listen to Mario music all day, every day. But how many Sonic the Hedgehog songs do you know other than like Green Hill?
Um, you talk about like the classic ones, not the newer games, or like both,
Yeah, I've
kind of like all of them.
yeah. I'll be frank though, I kind of have a bias towards the Mario stuff because I haven't played a whole lot of Sonic in my life.
Uh,
Like for whatever reason, didn't really appeal much to me.
when I was a kid, I played. I had Super Mario World and Mario Bros. 2 on the like Nintendo, or no, not the Game Boy Color Advanced, whatever. And then my great grandparents had a Sega Genesis, so I would go there and play Sonic 2. And then there was like a 3D Sonic as well. Not like a new not like the new ones like on GameCube or whatever, but there was like one on the Sega Genesis, which was like the first 3D Sonic game. And yeah, I could say that I've had equal take. I've had equal playthroughs on both Mario and Sonic because I've only played like two of each games for like my childhood. But I would say Sonic the Hedgehog 2 had a great soundtrack. If you haven't listened to that, you should listen to that. I'm also a big fan of the Super Mario World soundtrack as well. But outside of those, yeah, I would say Mario has a better soundtrack.
Yeah, more iconic.
Yeah, it is more iconic. Like Sonic's iconic one is the Green Hill Zone. But there's also like the newer Sonic the Hedgehog games, which were like on Wii or PS3 or something, where it has like the
Those are the newer ones.
yeah.
Dang, is the franchise that dead?
It was the one where the beginning of the song was like, running around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta get it there. I don't remember the rest of it. But
Yeah, outside of like that, no, don't remember any of that.
yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the rest. I've heard that like the later Sonic games were really bad. Also, seeing them from like playthroughs on Games Grumps, seeing how bad they are. I like the classic ones.
Yeah, and just even look.
The classic.
Sorry, you're saying?
I say second one was probably the best. Like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was like the best for game mechanics in the Sonic series. Not the best mechanics. I'd say the best mechanics was Super Mario World. That game was like smooth like butter when you play it. It's just like when you start, you instantly have like the control. I don't know, you instantly know how to play it basically. But But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, best Sonic game in my opinion, for both gameplay and music.
I've never played too much Sonic, so I'll take your word for it. Looking around through Twitter, you can see a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog fans are salty about every new game that they get. So,
Oh yeah, there is a new game coming out, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
yeah, whereas with Mario fans, you hear like, oh, Super Mario Odyssey, that's a good game. And the
Yeah.
hype around that was pretty big. Like, Mario
know,
fans are more appreciative of their games.
You know what I'm kind of excited about? I kind of want to get. My girlfriend has a Switch. I don't have a Switch. I couldn't get any of the Switch games, but now that my girlfriend has it, I'm kind of want to get the new Mario Golf World game that's coming out soon, where you can literally like.
Played any of the Mario Golf?
It looks good, honestly. Like, I think there's a mode where you can literally just fuck around and like run around the course, or run to your ball and then play it from there. Like a lot of games that a lot of golf games you couldn't just run around the course. It takes you straight to the next ball. But there's like a racing mode. Of course there's a racing mode in the Mario game where after you hit the ball you just run straight towards the greenway and then run to your ball and then hit it again, which
as long
looks
as you
really
don't
good.
hit your balls, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a lot of hitting balls. What's your favorite what should I ask? What's your favorite Mario? What do you like best about Mario? Do you like the platforming games? Do you like the Mario Kart games or the sports ones the most? Or
Never played any of the sport or party anything, but like any of the 3D Mario games I love.
Mhm.
Like Super Mario Galaxy, that was the best game. Super Mario Odyssey is pretty good too.
Mhm.
And Galaxy 2, I've heard that one's really good, but I've never played Mario Galaxy 2. I want to do it though. I want to buy it. However much it costs on eBay, if somebody's willing to give it away, nobody's going to do that, but it's still worth a shot, right?
I personally kind of like it's kind of like a three-way tie, but I think like the 2D platforms are number one for me, and then it's like and it's a tie between like the go-karts and the Mario Party games, because like those ones where you need friends to play. It's not as good playing by yourself.
Yeah, and nowadays, who has friends?
Yeah, right. But the 2D platforms is great, whether you're alone or not.
Yeah, what was your first 2D platform Mario?
I would say it's Super Mario World. That's the one I grew up on the most. World, where the Yoshi is introduced. And then I got Mario Brothers 2 after that. I kind of went backwards. I got Mario Brothers 2, and then when we moved to Vancouver, did they? Oh no, yeah. My mom's roommate at the time had the original NES. So we actually played like NES Mario Brothers at that time too. So I literally went back in time. I went from Mario World to Mario 2. I skipped Mario 3 for some reason. We just didn't get it at the time. I don't know. But so that game wasn't as nostalgic for me. But Mario 2 and then Mario Brothers later on. And then what else? Oh, yeah, I also played a lot of Mario Kart on the N64. Like, not the first one, but like the second one or something like that. We had a N64 at the time as well. I just can't remember what we had. We had very few games for it. Like, we had that. The best soundtrack, the best N64 soundtrack would probably be... Actually, it might be controversial, but there's this game called Destruction Derby. That one, I believe, had the best soundtrack for it. Not many people have heard of it, but that one's very memorable to me. Because other than that, I would say like WWF WrestleMania 2000 for the N64 had the better soundtrack. But everything else, I don't remember. What's your favorite game that has the best soundtrack?
The best soundtrack is actually one of the more obscure DS games. Like, do you remember that old movie Robots?
Yes.
With Rodney Copperbottom and all those lunatics?
Yes, I remember that.
There was a Game Boy game based off of that movie. And the soundtrack for that game just slaps. It absolutely slaps. Best soundtrack for any game ever. So you should definitely look that one up.
I also have
that one's.
Speaking of movie soundtrack or movie-based games, I had the Cat in the Hat movie. There was a Cat in the Hat movie game for the Game Boy Advance. I don't remember much of the soundtrack, but I do remember the gameplay, and it was okay. Like, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. I also had the Simpsons, not Hit and Run, but it was like another Simpsons. Oh no, I say it was like a fighting based game for the PS2, and then the SpongeBob the movie game for the PS2. So I had a Family Guy game for the PS2.
How old?
At the time, I was playing him when I was like 9 or 10.
You were playing a Family Guy at 9.
Yeah. Oh, I would watch like Family Guy when I was like 5 or 6. They let me watch it because as long as I didn't say anything from the show to like out loud, you know. If I don't like swear or anything, you know, then they let me watch it.
Yeah.
I was smart enough to not.
Each day.
I was smart enough to know my filter. So I just kept all the dirty stuff in my mind.
And now that you're an adult, you just let it loose.
Plus, at the time, there was a lot of jokes that there was a lot of jokes in Family Guy that I missed. That like went over my head. When I look back to it, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I'm not a big Family Guy fan, but watching the occasional video on YouTube about Family Guy, I'm like, "What the heck?"
I used to watch like we had what's equivalent to Adult Swim. It was called. We had a channel called Teletoon, and then at night it'd be called The Detour on Teletoon, which is now called Teletoon at Night. But the Detour at Teletoon had the best shows for it too. But I remember watching those as a kid, and like, if I remember seeing the visuals, but like when I watched those old episodes again, none of the dialogue I remember at all from the show. I just remember the visuals. So yeah, I didn't really have strict parents.
Yeah, I had pretty strict parents. My first Simpsons episode was in high school.
Oof.
Yeah, that's just Simpsons. Like, they don't hold much of a candle to anything in related to Family Guy.
What did I watch for the first time? That wasn't until high school. I can't think of anything they used to watch. Like, there's probably some stuff I didn't really care about watching. It wasn't anything that I wanted to watch, but my mom didn't want me. Or there was, but I just forgot about it because the shows were probably like not my type, Anyway. But yeah, I don't remember anything that I watched in high school. I remember watching a lot of YouTube videos in high school. Like gameplays or skits.
Same here. Although mostly stuff like Suction Cup Man.
Suction Cup Man. I've never heard of that one. What's suction?
You remember the guy that tried climbing on Trump Tower with suction cups?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't watch that, but I heard about it. Is he literally like...
Yeah, that guy inspired a animation series from Pimations called Suction Cup Man. With this guy climbing up a tower, this stupid guy who runs a cleaning products business tries jumping out onto the windows with plungers.
Mm-hmm.
Almost gets himself killed. Basically, it talks about all the misadventures of Suction Cup Man, the business dummy. You should.
Yikes!
You should look it up. It's fun.
What was like a series that I watched a long time ago? Like, I remember watching a lot of like machinima stuff, like Sanity Not Included.
Oh, remember those days?
Yeah, Sanity Not Included was probably my favorite at the time. The channels were like deleted, and so did everything, all the videos that were uploaded from those channels. But I'm pretty sure there's like some re-uploads. But there was basically like literally like a ripoff of Robot Chicken. And oh yeah, I also watched Robot Chicken when it came out. I was like, I don't know, I was also like 10 at the time. And man, my humor is like, I'm probably so messed. My humor is probably so messed up. But yeah, it was like Sandy Not Included was like a ripoff of Robot Chicken, but instead of claymation and dolls, it was like video game sketches, pretty much, because it was a Machinima channel where it's like everything's based off video games. So there was like little like short clips in like video games that they're like voicing over. I thought they were hilarious though, because it had like Dexter Manning and Lyle McDouchebag. Yeah, those are great times.
Sounds like fun.
Times. Yeah. So, how long have we been recording? 38 minutes. Wow.
Wow.
I've ran out of topics already. What do you...
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought much about this. Like, I just jumped into this whole thing completely blind. So
yeah,
if you want to end around this time, we can end around this time. First episode's going to be complete nightmare, as is usually the case with first episodes of podcasts. Like, look at the Holy Twitter cast. I hate episode 0 of the Holy Twitter cast.
I still haven't watched episode 0. I think I just watched the first one. Like, the first 10 minutes of it. I was curious on it, and I heard the voices of like Buzz and Al. I was like, I wanted to hear B's voice more, because he was like the only adult at the time of the recording, I think.
Yeah, really, I was also an adult.
Oh yeah,
you
you were in that.
Not anymore.
But yeah, it literally, I can watch for because of B. And then when I listened to the first episode, he barely talked. Everyone else talked. It was he gave like a few word sentences from time to time. I was just like, oh wow. But then that's when I
I feel like nowadays.
that's when I asked for.
I feel like nowadays he's opened up a bit more, and I've shut up a lot.
Well, he's definitely talkative now, which is great. I love it when he talks. He's got like that distinct, deep voice that every podcast needs.
Yeah. How did you find the Holy Twitter casts?
From B. I followed the tweeting every word from the B movie. I'm pretty sure he's the most popular one. Or the person, I don't know if he's the one that basically created that whole genre of gimmick accounts.
Yeah, I like to think he is, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the most popular one.
No, I've seen way more popular than he. Like, he has what, 4,000 followers? Really? And yeah, let's see. Tweet B movie.
Because I can't remember what. I don't even remember how I found him. I just remember like seeing that idea. I was like, "Ooh, this might be interesting."
3,946.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, there's another one that I've seen a lot of the newer Tweeting X accounts referring to, saying this was my inspiration, as I think it's Shrek Script LOL.
Not yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not
that
Shrek
one has 47.6 thousand.
Not Shrek is True God, but the other Shrek account, right?
Yeah. For a while though, Shrek is True God was the biggest one. And he even had Twitter actually reach out to him when he tweeted the word somebody at the very beginning. And
oh my god!
I think that's around when he just I think that's when he got a massive follower boost. But then as of late, as the original Tweeting X community's kind of been dying out a little bit, I feel like
there was a reason.
We don't have much longer.
There was a recent blow up from when we had SpongeBob account as our guest. One of his tweets was "among," and that blew up a lot. Like it had I'm pretty sure it had 100,000 likes and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like there's still some hope left for a little bit. We just gotta find we just have to happen to have a trendy word in our script that'll blow up like crazy.
Yeah. I remember, I think the biggest points in my follower counts was right around when the Sonic trailer with the new design was released. And my word that day was paradise. And everybody was saying, "You're dang right it is." And I think that's where a good chunk of my followers came from.
Was that was that when you were tweeting the Sonic trailer?
Yeah, when I was still tweeting Sonic trailer.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Was that... Wait, no way. Was I really... Oh, yeah, I guess it was following. Because I do remember seeing that tweet around the time when... Yeah, before the Sonic movie came out. And it must have been when I was following B for... I must have followed him for several months before definitely probably a year before the Holy Twitter accounts was even formed. But yeah, I do remember seeing that saying oh, Tweeting B movie liked this post or whatever, retweeted or whatever. So that's probably where I saw it at the time. Which is so weird to me that knowing them before, actually almost a year before reaching out to them, it was weird. So at the time I saw him as I was a big fan of him, and now he's my boss.
Yep. Now you're boss on the podcast.
Yeah. Now I'm one of
Still don't
his.
have. Hasn't been.
And inspired me to make my own account too, tweeting every outsider, tweeting every lyric from the Outsider album. I'm still on song 1, by the way. I just reached to the 3rd verse of Dirty Little Secret.
Oh, fun.
So it's almost done. But it feels like I felt like forever since I started. I just gotta take a while.
Yeah,
I feel like
how long did you start that account?
I can check. I'd say by the time I finish that album, the second album will be released. I made it in October of last October. So, how long was that?
Too long ago.
A long time. And I don't even have one song finished. Oh man, it's gonna take like 8 years.
Yeah.
At least
who knows? By the time you're done with the first song, you could be big and famous.
It's not as long as B's. I think his has like 24 years left of tweeting before he gets to the end.
I wonder how long I have.
For the Sonic movie, probably just as long. I know scripts have a very large vocabulary thing.
Yeah, I'll have to find a script that doesn't have any description of what's going on, doesn't have any of the names, and do a word count or something. I do know I'm getting close to Longclaw's death, though.
Yeah. I basically just wake up and then I tweet the word and I go about my day. But I literally just tweet it from like memory and not from the script or from the lyrics that I wrote. Because I know that sometimes some not like big words, but like very little words like to or at, in. I don't know what they're calling it. Conjunctions, maybe? I don't know. But there's a couple of those that were changed from the lyrics that I wrote compared to the lyrics that I sang. I don't think I have anything blown up from it yet. Like, probably like my biggest one was like the very first tweet, where it's like, "Oh boy, here we go," kind of thing.
Yeah, the first tweets are typically the bigger ones.
Because it's like a start of a journey. Because it's averaging to like 1 or 2 likes.
Yeah, same here. My Twitter account's basically dead at this point. But I still run it because I enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Going back to the earlier ones, it's averaging about 3 or 4. Yeah, the first one was 3 likes. But the most likes were like the second one, and then the 5th one, and then the 8th one. Those were the highest ones with like 4 likes. And then there was like a couple of like errors I made. Smell something burning.
I love the errors.
I'm gonna be right back. I feel like I smell something that doesn't smell right. I'll be right back in a quick minute.
Okay. So it's been about, 48 minutes? Whoever's editing this, be that Dallas or I don't know. I don't care at this point in time.
It was nothing.
Whoever edits.
It's actually just outside. It just smelled really weird. It literally smells like
It
literally smells like a burnt oven or something. You know, something's burning in the pot. Hope the place
heat wave hitting up there.
Yeah, it's gonna get warmer this week. Like right now, today was.
What temperatures are you hitting?
Today was pretty hot. Let's see here. Right now it is Plus 29. That's pretty warm actually. 29, which is
9 seems.
I don't know how that, if you know what that means in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, right now it's about 31 degrees
Oh yeah,
down
here we
here
go.
in Bountiful.
It's 81 in Fahrenheit.
That's a little toasty.
Yeah. I remember going down and probably I was in Vegas for like a week in 2017. And the hottest.
Yeah, Vegas gets really hot.
We went on like at the end of June to July, which is like the hottest, basically the hottest times of the year. It was the entire time. It was never below 40 or 30. No, yeah, it was never below 30, which was like average around like 100, 110 maybe, somewhere around that. But yeah, it was hot. You could do more than fry an egg. You can like cook a whole ass steak on the sidewalk.
Delicious.
But yeah, I went there for a
Vegas sidewalk steak.
Yes. Nothing like it. I went to, that year I went to Vegas twice because we went in January just for fun. And then later on, I saw that Rammstein was coming to Vegas. I was like the closest they would be towards us from Vancouver. So I was like, we gotta go. So we went for that, and that was a great time. But it happened to be like the hottest time of the year. Both those times I was under drinking age, so the only thing I can brag about was the food. The food was great there. Ever had the heart attack grill?
Haven't, but
It's
I considered going there a couple times while my uncle was still alive. He lived down in Vegas, so
if you're
he
feeling,
knew some of the good places to eat.
I must warn you, if you think you can get their big burgers, don't. I'd say the best one to get if you're really hungry is like a double. You know, like a 2 patty one, because that's as big as.
How big are those?
Even the burgers itself, it was huge. It was like, oh my god, it was ginormous. And if you didn't eat them, if you didn't eat the whole burger and your fries, you get spanked in front of the whole crowd. I heard a lot of spanking that night.
Oh,
Jeez. Fortunately, I finished my whole thing. I was so full after though, because they cook everything in lard. They're like old fashioned. It was pretty good though. We had to wear like these gowns, like those hospital gowns, like for patients to go. They really make it like a hospital themed restaurant.
Good lord.
And they definitely put heart attack in the name for a reason. Here, I'll send you a picture. I was fortunate to get a picture of my burger at the time. I had to scroll down really because it was like a long time ago. Vegas. Here we go. This was from my mom's Snapchat, so ignore the title. But that was the burger I had. It was like, yeah. I put that in post too.
And that's one of their smaller burgers?
Yeah, that's like their double burgers. There's only one burger smaller than that.
Good lord.
Yeah.
That's about the size of the largest burger I've ever had.
I think
and that's the second smallest size.
I'm pretty sure that was the biggest burger I've ever had. Without a doubt. And I cleaned the plate. I struggled, but I cleaned the plate because I had to. Otherwise I was going to get spanked.
Yeah, that's what, a pound and a half right there?
Probably. I don't know. It's Vegas. You can eat a pound there and no one will judge you.
Yeah, you could do literally anything in Vegas. Nobody would judge you.
Exactly.
Strip in the strip mall for all you care.
What happens to Vegas stays in Vegas, am I right?
Yep. You can even strip on the strip.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people stripping on the strip at the time. It was interesting. Some of them weren't that.
My uncle died when I was 18, so I never was old enough to really go to the strip.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went. How old
So-
was I when I went down? Yeah, I was 18 when I went down. It's so weird. Yeah, very interesting. I would go for the food again. I don't know. I would probably try like the party life there at least once. My mom has a couple times. She said it's great. So I'm down to try it. Just not right now,
Yeah.
during these times. Once things cool down.
Yeah, definitely not now.
Once things cool down a bit, I bet I'll definitely make another trip down, just to see the nightlife.
Yeah, if you want to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, there is a casino/hotel/all-you-can-eat buffet called the Cannery. They have the best food in all of Las Vegas. I'd strongly recommend it.
I went to a buffet down there too. I can't remember what it was called, but it literally looked like a food court in there, like except everything was inclusive. Or once you have like the entrance fee or whatever, it literally looked like a food court. It was insane. But yeah, their food courts are crazy there.
Yeah, say what you will about Vegas, but don't insult the food.
Yeah, music life is great there too. I saw like what are they called? Tenors of Rock. They're like covering all the famous rock band songs in like almost opera style, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but basically they're like big manly dude choirs covering these like AC/DC stuff. It was funny. But anyway, I think that's
funny. Yeah.
We're just about to at the 1 hour mark, so I say we should call it an end here, and then I'll make up some. I'll try to find some ideas for the game for next time. It's smelling a lot more
Sounds
like
fun. Sounds cool.
It's smelling more like barbecue than it is burnt stuff. Maybe it's just someone's burning their food really badly. I'll believe it.
Got any American neighbors?
Yeah. I feel like they're just burning their steaks or burgers, whatever. I hope, at least, and it's not like an
Sounds
actual
good.
kitchen fire. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you for...
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great time enjoying our pilot episode of Music Piss. And then we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Here's to hoping the remaining episodes are better.
Yeah.